you go. Round one is under the way between OMAR CHEBALI and Kevin Davis. CHEBALI in the blue trunks, Davis in the white. This is a lightweight matchup.
Oh, good shot. Kevin stepped in. Kevin is definitely fast. I mean, he looks it.
Nice checking Muay Thai kick by CHEBALI, sporting the Muay Thai trunks. Definitely list his stand-up as his specialty. Oh, just ducking under that punch thrown by Davis is OMAR CHEBALI.
Classic kind of MMA wrestlers to push him up against the fence. Generally, they use a few knees and then they'll try to drop and get the takedown.
He's got that Kevin Randleman type of approach that was so effective against Crow Cop in Pride.
Yes and no. He did pretty well with Crow Cop by knocking him out, but then he got choked out by Crow Cop.
That's right.
With the classic wrestling mistake, keeping your head in there. But
you got to be hybrid, don't you, guy? You cannot be one or even two-dimensional anymore.
Yeah, that's why some of the athletes that are too good at the sport don't make the transition that well. Whereas some of the guys that were like, okay college wrestlers and strikers generally kind of make better mixed martial arts guys. I mean, prime example is Chuck Liddell. Unbelievable hitter, and he was a college wrestler. Now, he didn't win a national title or anything like that, but a good college wrestler, and look, he's very difficult to take down.
Unbelievable takedown defense. We'll be talking with the Iceman a little bit later on in the show. Stick around.
Yeah, these guys, need to start mixing it up. The referee is definitely giving them a gift by leaving them locked up in here this long. If you're not moving to end this fight, then they should be breaking them, getting them back in. Now they're broken apart.
Referee Jorge Ortiz, the third man in this lightweight matchup. First fight on the card, RFC action. Glad you're with us.
Kevin Davis is making a mistake. Twice he's been kicked in the leg, and he's reaching down with his left hand to block it, which is a classic mistake that they use in a thing. They kick you in the leg, and you reach down and block it, then you kick you in the head when your hand's down like that. So he needs to start blocking that with his knee instead of taking them like that, because that's not a tremendous amount of fun.
Lifting the leg to check that kick, as you said, and protecting the face, keeping that left up nice and high, and it is low. Both with traditional stances. And
yeah, he's making that mistake, he's reaching.
CHEBALI doing all of the stalking at this point.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't start pushing the fight a little bit. His leg's gonna be hurting him. You can tell he's kind of getting gingerly on it. His leg kick's starting to add up. And that actually takes away from your punching power and your ability to take him down. So if he doesn't, he doesn't need to be eating too many more of these kicks. He needs to start thinking about finishing this. Trying to get it to the ground if he's a wrestler.
Looks like Davis might have caught a bit of that on the groin, but he seems to have shaken it off. Just missing the right uppercut. Throws another combination, CHEBALI checking it quite well. CHEBALI still doing the stalking, Davis backpedaling.
Davis needs to use his speed. He's a lot faster than CHEBALI, and he needs to start using that. He doesn't need to be sitting there watching this, eating these kicks. He needs to be throwing those punches, because he's not winning the round.
3.5 minutes are off the clock in this first round of this lightweight matchup, with OMAR CHEBALI definitely in the lead, at least to this point.
Yeah, just on sheer ring generalship, he's running the ring here. He's basically saying, "This is my house. I'm kicking you out of it."
Yes,
there we go. Good. And that's what Davis needed to do.
Davis didn't know what to do with it. He had a chance for side control, and he stood up. I'm surprised that the wrestler didn't want to go to the ground.
Yeah, maybe he's got a game plan. Maybe he's working a game plan in this corner, working that we're not aware of. But that's about the 6th or 7th hard kick that he's eaten. That is not good for him, especially later in these rounds. These are long rounds to start with. 5 minutes, and then and then you only get a 1-minute rest. It's not a good idea to let these kicks add up like this.
And Davis says he has an incredible slam, and yet I haven't seen any clinch work. I've seen no takedowns. He's not going for any kind of takedown. It's maybe, like you say, he's just feeling him out for the first round.
Yeah, well, he did a little clinching at the first of the fight. He pressed him up there, but didn't do anything with it. Big right!
Big right by CHEBALI, right on the noggin. Not much time left though, and that's it. for the first round, and CHEBALI would have loved to have about another 10 or 15 seconds. So we got a 10-9 round for OMAR. Are you going to give him a 10-9 as well?
Yeah, I would, but you know, this is anybody's game when it comes to these judges. So a lot of these judges come from diverse backgrounds. Some of them aren't martial arts or mixed martial arts enthusiasts. They're ex-boxing guys. So they're gonna kind of have their own prejudices. So believe me, I've guessed completely wrong on things how judges would see it. You know, I would judge a fight one way, and the judges, just because of their, you know, their prejudice and whatnot, saw it another way. There was an attempt by Davis, a very, very long shot. That shot was very far away. That tells me that he's a little concerned about these kicks.
Like that one right there.
That hurt.
We heard
got
that.
him hurt.
We heard that from across the cage.
CHEBALI's kind of taunting him now. He knows he's kind of got him hurt. He's got him questioning what's happening.
Just missing the right is OMAR CHEBALI, and again, and Davis with a beautiful counter right, but he ate another kick right on that spot you're talking about, Guy, right on the tender tissue of the left thigh.
Well, the worst part is your sciatic nerve runs right down there, and if you get hit, that gets inflamed, gets hit, game over. It's like being shot.
And OMAR hurt himself with the kick. He's hurt. It looks like Davis can't do anything with it.
Well, that's what happens when you run into the knee. And somehow,
he's cut. CHEBALI is cut over the left eye. That could be an issue as the blood drains into the eye socket.
It's generally when they close, they stop the fights, as if if the cut isn't bad, but the cut is above the eye and is leaking the eye like that, like he has to move it out like that. Generally, there, you know, that's when the doctors are a little bit more concerned.
Ortiz is taking a very close look at OMAR CHEBALI's left eye, and I would not be surprised at all if he has a doctor take a look at it in about 2 seconds, because there's quite a bit of blood draining into the eye of CHEBALI. But Davis is not doing anything with it.
Yeah, I don't.
He should be working that eye.
Yeah, I think Davis is under the impression that he's winning this round, and the cut doesn't necessarily, you know, say. I mean, again, it's what the judges want. If they think that did a lot of damage with that, then maybe he'll give them the round. But really, CHEBALI is the more active fighter. He's throwing the more technique.
Davis complaining again of a kick to the groin area. Ortiz did not give him any time, and he seems to be okay with that. He seems to be moving. He apparently shook it off, but both of these fighters are taking a beating here. You can see them both displaying some pain, but CHEBALI looking
CHEBALI's now
worst.
bleeding out of the nose, and I don't know how he did it. It didn't even seem like he got hit. Now he's bleeding out of the nose.
I never saw it either. I didn't see him get banged. But
there's a good left hook by Davis. He needs to put some more together. Davis wants to win this fight outside of getting it stopped on this cut, maybe. He needs to pick it up. He's throwing one technique. He needs to be picking up more. Yeah. It's like he might be cut above the bridge of the nose, too. And look at that speed he has. He has tremendous hand speed, but he's not using it to his advantage.
So far, CHEBALI looking way worse for the wear, but still doing all the stalking. And as you said, Davis not taking advantage of the situation. And his corner is imploring him to get active and start working that eye. There's no reason he shouldn't be throwing out a stiff left jab, except for that he might be gassed. He looked gassed there, leaning over on his knees, Guy.
Yeah, you know, and this is where an important part of how good a corner man has to be. A cut man is an invaluable thing, and it's one thing in the mixed martial arts that they have not got. You know, the UFC, they supply the cut man, but most of these type of situations, you're expected to have your own cut man. So if they don't have a cut man in their corner, a good one, to stop that cut, we could be seeing a stoppage on this fight. Because Davis is actually, you know, he's just kind of pecking at that eye with that real fast jab of his.
So far, Ortiz has let this fight go on without any kind of doctor examination. It does not seem to be affecting CHEBALI in terms of his performance. He's still stalking. He still looks relaxed in there. It definitely has a better gas tank than Davis at this time.
Yeah, Davis is looking a little bit winded. Again, it's what you want to see. I mean, you know, CHEBALI, excuse me, has all these cuts, but he's definitely wearing down Davis with the kicks. You know, Davis is, see how he's flinching down, thinking that's going to be a low kick? CHEBALI should be working, if I was his corner, work the low kick, and throw that right round kick to the head every now and then.
20 seconds left to go in the second round. We will see a third round barring any kind of doctor stoppage. Crowd wants more action.
Yeah, it's definitely a what have you done for me lately crowd. These guys are fighting good. They're having a good little war here.
End of round 2, and I'm happy with that round. I got no issues with that. CHEBALI doing a great job of stalking Davis. He picked up another 10-9 round in my book. He's winning this fight. Davis is going to have to do something very dramatic in the third round if he wants to win this fight. Here we go, third and final round underway in the lightweight matchup here at RFC Invasion of the Cage.
Now both guys need to get busy because CHEBALI cannot be that confident with that round, just because of the nature of the fact he got cut. He's got to think in the back of my mind, maybe some of these judges didn't see it my way. He should be picking this fight up. Davis has got to be thinking I'm at least 1 round down, if not 2 rounds. I need to be picking this up. I need to think about finishing this fight by winning, not by just, getting out on top of you with your, standing.
Hopefully at this stage of the game, judges can see past the blood and see strikes and count aggressiveness. But again, like you say, you never know. Why leave it up to the judges?
Yeah. But, one of the criteria is when it comes to effective striking is who does the most damage. And when you're bleeding and you're starting to swell, that's perceived as most of the damage, even though, having a cut's not necessarily that big a deal. A lot of the guys, again, matters to their background. If they understand, kickboxing, they understand how devastating leg kicks are. And that's really been CHEBALI's most effective technique, has been his strikes to the leg.
No question about it. Hey.
Oh, good kick to the head. Good kick to the head. That's what he needs to do, and Davis acknowledged that one. He needs to press the fight. I don't know what neither one of these guys are seeming any degree of urgency to pick the pace up. This is not the way to do it.
I think you mentioned it perfectly there, Guy. No one seems to have the urgency, and it is urgent for both fighters. OMAR can't rest on his laurels, and they're going to get talked. They're going to get spoken to here. Oh, a point's going to be taken away. I didn't catch what that was. I don't know if you caught it.
No, they're taking a point away for stalling. And I didn't see an official warning. That's pretty.
That's the trend these days. You know more than anyone. That's the trend in all the promotions. You'll start getting penalized for timidity.
That's of course. The passivity thing.
Right. And Davis has had enough. He had enough on the leg. He has had enough. And Omar CHEBALI at 2 minutes and 8 seconds comes up with a big lightweight win over Kevin Davis. Omar CHEBALI.
Well, we were talking about the kicks, and he kept taking the kicks. It's not the most dramatic looking win, but it is an effective win. And our self-trained fighter gets his first victory, which now he's 1-1. Did a good, he fought a smart fight. He definitely stuck to his guns, wore him down with the kicks. That was definitely a good game plan.
Omar CHEBALI going to 500 ball, 1-1 on his career. I know that he wants to get into the cage with Ralph Garcia again. Was very upset that he lost his pro debut against Garcia. Let's go make it official. Elliot Wilborn.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by TKO in the third round with 2 minutes and 2 seconds, Omar CHEBALI.
No, as soon as I touched him the first time, and I felt I got him in the right knee, that's it. I felt the fight's mine. As soon as I touched him, I felt the fight was mine. I wasn't worried all the time,
And you got a gash in the eye right there. Did you lose faith in anything?
No, not at all. As long as I'm not tired, as long as I still feel strong, I don't care no matter what happens.
What are you gonna do to celebrate?
My wife's birthday tomorrow. She told me this is my gift, and I'm very happy that I win, and tomorrow we go party.